Yes. Ooh.
Good morning, CSL.
Good morning, family.
Welcome, welcome, everyone. Let's stand
Sunday.
up.
Let's stand up.
Let's stand up and sing.
And do our opening
Oh,
song.
yeah. Did you know that Spirit's in this place? It show is. It show is.
There we go.
We have come together as a family. We have come here as we are. We have come with arms wide open. We have gathered here in love. Here we go. Hey. Spirit is in this. Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this. Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this. Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit is in this place.
All right, one more time. Here we go.
Spirit is in this. Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this. Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this. Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit is in this place. Good morning, CSL. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Fort Lauderdale. I am Maylene Soulfree, your spiritual vocalist and now presider. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us either online or in person. Just as a reminder, if you can't be with us here in the room today, there's 3 ways for you to join our spiritual community, and that's Facebook, YouTube, or via our website, cslforlauderdale.org, by selecting the live stream tab. If you're a first-time guest in the room, we are so glad you're here, and we have a gift for you. We all like gifts. If you haven't had a chance to fill out the visitor's card, please stop by the guest services in the front after the service to complete one. Let us know how you found us, your name, your email address, and we'll gift you this beautiful set of mala beads that you can wear during your meditation practice, or just wear them as fashion if you'd like. I use them for meditation. If you're watching us online, go ahead and let us know at the comment section below or on our website via the Contact Us tab and complete an inquiry form. While you're there, go ahead and take a tour to learn more about us. If you sign up for our e-newsletter, you'll be in the know as to what happens here in the center. Also, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or download our app listed as Center for Spiritual Living, FL, that stands for Fort Lauderdale. We'd love if you reshare our posts or app with your friends and followers. Don't forget, it's important. At CSL, we have an intention statement that says who we are and how we choose to be present in the world. So if you would please join me in standing and repeat it with me. And afterwards, please greet your neighbor with a hello, handshake, or namaste, keeping in mind that some of us are still practicing social distancing. So, CSL Fort Lauderdale, who are we? We are a loving and diverse spiritual community dedicated to personal growth and healing service.
She's really good. Really, really good.
I am beautiful. I am kind. I am magical. I am divine. I am intelligent. I am confident. I am resilient. I am providence. I am, 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 I am. I am, 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 I am. I am phenomenal, stunning, remarkable. I am illustrious, important and glorious. I am phenomenal, stunning, remarkable. I am illustrious, important and glorious. I am light, I am real, I am woman, I shed tears. I am heaven sent, I am relevant, I am the evidence, I am who I am. I am, I am, I am, I am, I am, I am, I am. I am, I am, I am. I am, I am, I am, I am, I am, I am, I am. I am, I am, I am phenomenal. I'm stunning, I'm remarkable. I am illustrious. I'm important, I'm glorious. Said I am phenomenal, stunning, remarkable. Say I am illustrious. I'm important, I'm glorious. I am. Oh, you cannot tell me that I am not who I am. I am, I am, I am, I am, I am, I am. I am, I am, I am. I am, I am, I am, I am, I am, I am, I am. I am, I am, I am phenomenal, stunning, remarkable. I am illustrious, I'm important, I'm glorious. Said you are phenomenal, stunning, remarkable. Say we are illustrious, we're important, we're glorious. I am, I am, I am, I am, I am, I am, I am. I am, I am, I am. I am, 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 I am. I am. You cannot tell me that I am not who I am.
I'm loving, and now you can hear me. Good morning, CSL. I'm Rev Skip Jennings, and I thank you. Thank you. Wow, I am wonderful. What a beautiful affirmation. Sometimes I go and I have to turn my mic off because I'm doing certain things, so I turn my mic off, but thank you, Jerry. I just want to welcome you into this space, and today is just a beautiful day to remember who we are. If you're brand new to CSL, we want to welcome you. We want to welcome you from our hearts, because this is a home for you. This is a place of love. If you are brand new, I'm going to ask you to stand up. Just stand up so we can give you a CSL welcome. Just stand up if you're brand new. Yes. Who is brand new? Oh, stand up. Keep standing up. Stand up. Stand up. Yes. We have one person right in the back there, a couple of people. If you're here, we want to give you a welcome. So if you don't mind standing up, we just want to give you a welcome. If you don't mind standing up, and if you don't want to stand up, that's okay. We're going to look at the person that's in the back. We see one right here and one right there. And we're going to bring our hands up, and we're just going to sing you a blessing today. CSL, repeat after me. Welcome to CSL. We know who you are. You are the divine emanation of love. You are beautiful, you are divine, and we bless you. Welcome to CSL. Give them some love. And we also have mala beads for you, and as you see, I love me a good mala bead. And mala beads are beautiful, and someone asked me yesterday or last week, what are the mala beads for? I'm going to explain this. The mala beads are here. Normally there are 108 mala beads, little beads on your string here. And you can say an affirmation or a prayer 108 times at the very top, and you just move around and you roll one bead, you say, I am wonderful. I am wonderful. I am wonderful. By the time you get to 108, it's in your system. And that's how we use our mala beads here, or wear them. All right. Love y'all. This is the part of the service where we do something called the mindful practice. The mindfulness practice is when we get into a practice of understanding who and what we are. Some weeks we talk about flames of faith. Some weeks we talk about core values. Some weeks we do a reading from a book of the month. Today, we're going to talk about our core values. Here at CSL, we have 7 core values, and they are love, healing, oneness, abundance, spiritual growth, sacred service, diversity, and inclusivity. And today, we're talking about oneness. So I want to thank everyone who reached into their pockets and donated to our Selma Relief Fund, and we're still receiving funds for Selma. Some of y'all know that Selma is my family's home, and my grandmother's home was destroyed by a tornado. Many homes in Selma. My aunt's homes was destroyed, many homes, so it's not just going to my family, it's going to help to relieve what's going on in Selma. Here's what I truly know. The law of oneness, and that is one of our core values, states this. There is only one of us in this room. We are one because we are connected through spirit, through love, and through the divine. So if there's only one of us here, when we reach out and we give from our hearts to someone else, we're giving to ourselves. And I'm very, very clear that we live in a state that every year we hear hurricane. Sometimes it hits us on this side, sometimes it hits us on the other side, but that's where we live. Knowing that we are reaching out and helping others, and maybe one day they'll be helping us. The law of oneness is such an important principle of why we give. We give to each other. So I'm also going to talk about something that's very challenging for me and was very heavy in my heart. I found out on Friday morning that something had happened on Thursday evening when I was doing my live feed on Inside Timer, and that was a brutal murder of Tyrese Nichols. If you don't know about it, I want you to see the video, because when you see it, you will touch your heart. And that's where empathy comes in. Listen, as a black man living in America, and we see another black man that was killed by police brutality, we shake our heads and we go, why? Again, here we go again. We just went through George Floyd and Trayvon Martin, and we're seeing Breonna Taylor's, and it constantly goes over and over again. If we don't take the time to look at this, we'll never be able to tap into the spirit of oneness. So Ernest Holmes was talking about this in his writing this week, is that everything that I want for myself, I must want for others, because we are connected by love. We are the divine emanation of spirit. So when we see this, we're called to hold prayer. We're holding prayer for the Nichols family. We're holding prayer for the world. We still have a war that's going on in Ukraine. We still have things that are going on this planet. When we see horrific, and these are horrific experiences, we are called to pray. When we elevate our prayer life and our energy, we're tapping into the oneness, and it's felt throughout the planet. We're here to remember that there's only one of us on this planet. Our core value today is oneness. Peace and blessings.
Good morning once again, CSL. We have a couple of announcements. So, here at CSL, we have a lot of things going on. And for information, you can go on our website, cslforlauderdale.org, or our CSL app. Also, if you check on your chairs, you have this wonderful card that is filled with information on what's happening in the month of February. So go ahead and check that out. We also have licensed spiritual practitioners here in the sanctuary available for prayer right here for you. Would all our practitioners please stand up? Thank you so much, guys. Remember, the practitioners are here for you. If you would like a prayer, please see one of our practitioners wearing a purple stole. They're very easy to spot. Or you can also ask for prayer on our hotline at 954-990-5625. Or you can also receive a prayer from our CSL app by hitting the prayer button. We have a youth department here that is growing and thriving along with us. If you would like to bring your children here at the center to learn the spiritual practices that we are learning, go ahead and bring them. We're ready for you. The time is now. Namaste, my friends. You are invited to flow meditation and gentle yoga. It is gentle. I've been there myself, feeling quite flexible, if I could say so. Thank you. We have it for 1 hour twice a week. You can join us on Wednesdays at 7:30 for the early morning risers, or on Fridays at 12 o'clock, and there's a suggested donation of $10. CSL is proud to announce the Darlene Pfeiffer Scholarship Fund. Full and partial scholarships for classes and workshops through the Center for Spiritual Living Fort Lauderdale. Details and applications are available at the Sacred Service Desk or on our website, also our CSL app. Last Sunday, we had a room full of people for Norby's Conscious Leadership Workshop. If you enjoyed the workshop or would like the opportunity to dive deeper into our conscious leadership, please sign up online or at guest services. The 4-week course, our guest services. The 4-week course will dive deeper into conscious leadership model as a framework for you to lead the life you are meant to live. From self-discovery and emotional mastery to social awareness, relationships, and communication, to seeking clarity, making decisions, and taking actions. It will help you become more self-aware about the direction you are meant to take. Classes begin Thursday, February 2nd at 7 p.m. Starting Wednesday, February 8th, CSL will begin its first Science of Mind course for the year called Self-Mastery. This course is going to be led by prayer practitioner Dr. Ferdinand Cabrera. Jerry, let's roll the video.
Hi, I'm Ferdinand Cabrera, one of the practitioners here at the Center for Spiritual Living. I'm excited to invite you to our next 8-week class, Self-Mastery, the Emergence of the True Self. In this class, we're going to apply the principles of the science of mind and allow those principles to emerge their true self, the self with capital S, that self that's connected with the spirit. By doing so, we are going to live a life that is going to bring us love, abundance, compassion, all these qualities that we know that the spirit has and is in us However, we want to find a way and take action so our life move in alignment to the truth that we know that we are and we want to express through others. So I invite you to come and join me for 8 weeks. It's going to be Wednesdays from 7 to 8:30. I'm already giving you the welcome, and I'm excited to see you all. Thank you.
Again, guys, for more information, you can always log on to our website or our app. It's CSL Movie Night, Thursday, February 9th at 7 p.m. We're going to be doing a movie here, right here in the sanctuary, and we're going to be showing Something the Lord Made, starring Alan Rickman and Mos Def. And it's going to play right here. It's open to the public. Go ahead and bring your friends and family. We're going to have snacks available and a facilitated conversation afterwards. And last but not least, please join Rev Skip and Dr. Chris at Cricket next Sunday for an informational meet and greet about the upcoming spiritual healing retreat at Bali. The meeting will begin right after service, so stick around. Sign-ups have already begun, and it's limited spots. For more information, head over to our sacred service desk in the front, or you can always talk to Rev Skip after the service. Thank you so much.
It's warmer up there than it is back here. I keep fighting voices in my mind that say I'm not enough. Every single lie that tells me I will never measure up. Am I more than just a sum of every high and every low? Remind me once again just who I am, because I need to know. Ooh, you say I am loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I am strong when I think I am weak. You say I am held when I am falling short. And when I don't belong, oh, you say I am yours. And I believe, oh, I believe what you say of me. I believe the only thing that matters now is everything you think of me. In you I find my worth, in you I find my identity. Ooh, you say I am loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I'm strong when I think I am weak. You say I am held when I am falling short. And when I don't belong, oh, you say I am yours. And I believe, oh, I believe what you say of me. I believe. Taking all I have and now I'm laying it at your feet. You have every failure, God. You have all the victory. Ooh, you say I am loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I'm strong when I think I
That was absolutely beautiful and gorgeous. Thank you. We're so lucky to have y'all here. Give Reflections a little bit more love, please. So, one of the things I love to do more than anything, well, besides being here, CSL, I love y'all. I love being senior minister. Something you don't know, I've been doing a podcast for over 20 years. When podcasts used to be done on a radio, or we would call it into Blog Talk Radio, you have to ring in to get it. I go way back in doing podcasts. And, every week I do a podcast with Faith Rivera and Chad Bradford, and we get to bring people into the podcast and ask questions. We've had on the podcast Matthew Fox, one of the great, brilliant writers of our time. We've had Uma Thurman's father, which is John Thurman, I think his name is. We had him in our Buddhist, talking about Buddhism, and other great guests have come in, Ricky Byers, Michael Beckwith. One of the things I love is asking people questions to get into their life. One of the things that we did last year, it was really good, was Congregation Rights to Talk. And this year, we want to take it to a different level, where this is our Soulful Sundays with Rev Skip, and this is our first one ever. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm even more excited to say that we are interviewing one of my very good friends, one of the people that invited me here to do this, and she took me into her heart from day one when we had that Zoom call. I just said, that's my sister right there. And we connected over the heart. I am so happy to announce that it is Jeannie Looper Smith that I'm going to get a chance to interview. Yes, well loved. Let me tell you a little bit about Jeannie Looper Smith. Jeannie Looper Smith is a lover of life and a longtime lover of Cheetos. Really? We're going to have a conversation about the Cheetos. Don't tell anyone I love Cheetos as well. She's a wife, a mother, and of 3 spectacular children, 2 sons, a daughter, and the grandmother of 5 grandsons. That's a lot of testosterone running through your house. Lot. She realized at the beginning, that being homecoming queen in high school wasn't a career path. Really? But writing ability, she discovered there, just might be. She's a brilliant writer and brilliant editor, and she's actually editing my 4th book, and she has it right now. We'll talk a little bit about that later on. In her 3rd act of her life, she facilitates something called Death Over Desserts. It's an experience, and I've been there, and it's truly is healing. And she's one of our CSL board members, but she's also the secretary, which you got to have a great secretary sitting next to her, and she gets to write down all of the notes, and I just appreciate. This is her last year on the board, but she's not going anywhere. She's just have done her 2 terms. Let me tell you, that's what the bio says. Let me tell you about Jeannie Looper Smith. She's filled with love. She touches my heart. She checked in with me yesterday, just checking in to see how you do. That's what she does. She brings so much love to this community, and she just brings her heart in everything she does. She's a longtime Science of Mind facilitator and practitioner, and she moves through with such a grace and elegance. When I see her, I go, Jeannie, I just love you. I got to hug her. So I'm so happy to bring her up to the stage where we can really have a great one-on-one talk. Everyone, just give Jeannie Looper a little bit of love as she makes her way up to this stage.
Thank you.
All right. We're going to get your chair up here. How you doing?
I'm well.
If I knew that you were going to wear brown, I would have worn, but we're close enough.
We are. I think
We're close enough. I'm
pretty
going to move you up there. Good.
All
right, we got this. Put
Nothing
your water down.
hanging
Have a
over
sit.
the edge here. Hi.
How you doing?
I'm doing extremely well.
Are you?
I am.
I have so many questions, and you know what? I got to bring them down, but I think we're going to get through a lot of questions. We get to know you.
Excellent. This
How's-
is Jeannie Looper Unplugged. I have no idea what this is going to be. I didn't get any notes or prompts, so this will
We're
be
gonna
fun.
we're gonna be very guided by spirit, as we both like to know the truth of that.
Absolutely.
How's life?
well, all things are going well. I'm in the most exciting part of my life.
Yeah.
In these, whatever we want to label this, if it's our twilight years, our final act, playing the back nine, whatever we say about that, I'm just finding this an extremely satisfying and at times challenging, but rewarding part of my life. And it can be absolutely a rewarding spiritual time that unfortunately in our culture we miss out on because we resist aging. So
We'll get into that conversation.
Yeah,
but before we
absolutely.
drop in, I want to know about these Cheetos.
well,
Wait a minute, does Ross let you eat Cheetos in bed?
no. I have been eating Cheetos since junior high, and when I went back for my 50th reunion, people still remembered the orange dust on my fingers from my Cheeto habit. And actually, I think Cheetos are the foundation of a healthy plant-based diet.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, if you're eating from the rain, they're orange,
Right?
vegan, and they have no sugar.
Oh my goodness. Really? You know, I love how open you are, and let's just go right into it. You're very open and giving to our community to share your triumphs around your health. And you've had a few challenges going through, but I want you to talk about how's that brought you to a deeper understanding of your spirituality?
Oh, golly. Well, when one, me in particular, is faced with your mortality with a serious diagnosis, here's your mortality for maybe the first time. And so then when I was, really called on to look at what I wanted to create from that, I knew when I was diagnosed that there was something more to know. It wasn't just go get treatment and get on with your life. It was, where was my life not working? Mm-hmm. What did I need to shift in terms of diet? Because I chose an alternative path to healing. Food as medicine, what a concept. Mm-hmm. And also did a lot of alternative practices, high-dose vitamin C, IV therapy, many modalities. And I did inner work because I really, for the first time, looked at, all right, what is this here to say to me?
Yes.
And so I looked at that part of my life, the inner part. Where was I still holding on to anger, unforgiveness, resentment? Where had I not made amends? And that was as powerful a part as any other modality
Absolutely.
I did.
Yeah.
So it can be very spiritual.
Absolutely.
To have a diagnosis and then to really live from that. And I have never said I have cancer or I had cancer. I am on a wellness quest.
Yes, you are.
Always. And so I don't own cancer. I've always said the American Cancer Society has cancer and they can keep it.
Yes, they can. That's
So,
right.
Yes.
And your doctor's in the house,
My
right there,
doctor-
sitting right at the corner.
My doctor, and I have to say, I don't have to, but I choose to, that Dr. Ferdinand Cabrera and his husband Dimitri, who have a wonderful clinic in Wilton Manors,
Genesis.
Genesis Health Institute, Dr. Ferd has been such a support for me in ways. Not only is he a practitioner, how many of us have a doctor who's a science of mind
right?
practitioner? That's doubly fabulous. And he has just really supported me in the things that I wanted to create and in healing. And I did a talk here. I had a pretty significant and dramatic healing. And so that's, this community is such a community of love and support. And that's been very instrumental in my total wellness.
What is the best thing that's going on in your life right now?
Oh, golly. Of course, I love my adult children. I have 5 grandsons who are all middle school to my oldest grandson is PhD at Wake Forest, who's 31. I have a range of ages. Obviously I attract male energy, which is great. I'm loving that part. I'm really seeing myself now for the first time as an elder, someone who has something to impart to my grandchildren and to others. And then the work I'm doing, which I have to say came out of my spiritual growth at CSL Kansas City and in this room, is the work I'm doing with Death Over Dessert. I facilitate those, as some of you have been with me in that experience.
Powerful experience.
And it's really just a conversation that no one in our culture is having about our fears around death and dying. We're all going to die, even though we think not. And it allows us just to, it creates a space for that, to have that conversation, to share out what we want, what we don't want at the end of life and in life. And once we come to terms with our mortality, it empowers how we want to live.
It sure does.
It changes how we want to live. If we really get that each day could be our last, how would we live differently?
And it also allows us to look at death as being transition. We like to say in new thought. We want to get all new thought about it, but the transition of walking through another door. And I truly believe that when we get to see that we're walking into another dimension, if we truly believe that, then this experience becomes beautiful. Absolutely. I remember one thing, my favorite questions that you asked during the experience is, what would your funeral or your celebration of life be like? What music it would be? Of course, mine would be Sade. This is no ordinary love. That would be my song. And where would be? I said I'd be on the beach with all my friends and community around me, doing yoga and praying and meditating. That's how I want to go out. And you invited me to see what would my end of life look like. I love that you had an opportunity to talk here, to give your yearly talk, and maybe you'll be a bi-year, but you talked about ageism.
Yes, that was recently.
And one of the things that I'm very clear is that we need to shift our mindset around what it is when we get older, because we have issues with ageism here in America. I believe we begin to look at our elders. I don't mind that word, because I feel like I'm an elder now or moving into that. The wise ones and other indigenous tribes, they're deemed and revered. How is your take on ageism coming around to where you are today? And what do you think the solution is to this?
Well, I did a lot of research when I did the talk on ageism in December, apart from just my lived experience. It's very difficult to age in this culture. We have a love affair with youth. And so we resist the process. And really, our fear of aging, I believe, is directly tied to our fear of death and because although certainly people die before they reach a certain age or an older age, but for the most part, the two go together. And I think when we can get comfortable with death and dying, we can also get comfortable about aging. And, it can be a very rich time. We're off the gerbil wheel. We are no longer in early life and midlife where we're in creating mode and empire building, and that's appropriate for that time. But as we age, we slow down, and in our culture that is just not revered.
Yes.
And it gives us the excuse, if you will, to rest. And, I love to sleep in the morning. Don't call me before 9 o'clock.
Do not call her before 9 o'clock. Do not.
Yes, and so and the ability to look back, to do a life review. My life now makes some sense from this perspective, because when we're just starting out, our life is ahead of us. Now, most of my life is behind me. And yet, I can see it now as a tapestry, whereas things before seemed random and really, what the hell was that about? Now I can see how, like a tapestry or a needlepoint, it has every stitch has made sense. And so, to do the things now that bring me joy. I was a professional people pleaser my entire life. And I learned in this community and in this practice to set healthy boundaries and to take care of myself. And now my priority, thank you.
They love you here, by the way. If you didn't know that,
Well,
they loved in this community.
thank you so much. My priority now, not to exclude other people. I'm a lover, my heart on my sleeve. I'm heart wide open and heart-centered. But the first love is self-love, and I did not have that for decades. And so here, I have certainly learned that, and I put myself first, and that's as it should be, and then everything else beautifully flows out of that. It doesn't take anything away.
So in moving into this idea of this transition and time that we're moving to, because no one's going to get out of this alive.
That's right.
Do you spend time thinking about what that moment's going to be, or do you contemplate it?
I do,
And I do too. That's why I'm asking.
Yes.
I very clear.
And it isn't morbid.
Right.
We talk about it in Death Over Dessert, about every day, if we had the awareness that this could be our last and that we are mortal, these are just meat suits, if you will, and this is
Meat suits.
a vehicle. It's like a car. I mean, we drive this baby for as long as we can, and then it starts to slow down.
What kind of car are you?
Well, Dr. Chris said I was a 76-year-old Buick.
Oh.
I refuse to receive that.
I know, right?
I'm a 76-year-old Ferrari.
Yes, that's what we're talking about. You a Ferrari, baby.
But he was making a point that really these are vehicles, and we cannot expect them. They don't last a lifetime, just like an automobile doesn't. Now, without getting into a lot of what happens after we die, and I happen to have some personal views about that. And I believe that we will come around again and pick a new incarnation. And so, it's just, I think coming to terms with our mortality and with aging is the key to everything.
If I go before you, I want you to write my eulogy, because that's something you do. You do your creative eulogies. You're a brilliant writer and brilliant editor, and I'm grateful that you're editing in my fourth. Thank you so much for that. Talk about your creative eulogies, and how do you get to the point of the essence of that person? What do you do?
Well, can I tell you how that was birthed?
Sure, absolutely. This is your time.
I was in my early 20s, and I went to a funeral with my husband. It was the person who was in the casket I did not know. But I sat there, and without giving too much away, the priest rarely mentioned the individual in the casket. Nothing personal, and what he said read more like a resume. And it seemed the focus was the Mass later, not celebrating this person's life. And I got up and I said to my husband, if I had been a family member, I would have decked that priest. Not spiritual in that moment at all, but that's the way I felt about it. But I guess spiritual enough that I didn't deck him. Yes. So that really stayed with me. And then I'd been at other celebrations of life. We're leading up to an altar call rather than to, again, express who this person was. And I felt my heart broke in those moments. So I thought, what can I do with that in my writing? And I began to write creative eulogies. And how that works, I don't even have to know the person. Sometimes I do. It's a friend or a family member of a friend. But I interview people, sometimes over Zoom, so that people all over the country can come together, and the siblings, the parents, the children of whomever has transitioned talk about their memories of this person, who they were. And not only then do I get a sense of who they were and are, but I'm able then to craft not a resume-driven, went to school here, this many children, this is where they worked, but a story. It's really a narrative. I create a story about their life. And it's rich and rewarding for family, because when I do the interviewing process, often they hear things they've never heard before. I didn't know that. No kidding, when did that happen? It bonds the family, and it's just a tribute. And I know that's where that started for me, wanting to see people's lives. And, you know, we're all unique. And although we're one, we are emanations that are all different and unique. And so I wanted to pay tribute to that. So that's one of the sweet spots of my writing career that I absolutely love.
Is there any great surprises that you've found out about anyone that you're writing their eulogy about that just surprised you?
Oh gosh, I mean, I have written eulogies for people who were murdered. I've written eulogies for people who died early. My 28-year-old nephew dropped dead on the sidewalk coming home from work. I've written eulogies for people who are 102 when they transition. I guess the thing that surprises me most is that we often wait until someone transitions to say the things that we really wanted to say to them when they were alive. And I have always said the things we say at funerals ought to be said at birthday parties.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, yes.
So if we knew that we were not going to be here forever, and because we don't know when we are exiting the planet, we need to be saying to people who they are for us.
That's right.
We need to lavishly tell people we love them.
Yeah.
We need to acknowledge and honor people while they're here. And so, and it's to do it. They are no longer here. I hope people will say wonderful things about me, but I want to hear those things now.
I love you, Jeannie Looper-Smith. I love you. I love you. We love you here. You just need to know that. Let's do a little shift here. And I remember you telling me that you had written a book, and I had not gotten the book until I knew I was going to interview you, and I started reading this book. It's called Retro Road Trip. If you don't have this book, it's available on Amazon or maybe in the backseat of your trunk. I don't know. Where can we get this book? Because it truly is an amazing book. And the reason why it's amazing, I've shared with my experiences. I'm not a dyslexic, but I experience dyslexia so much that the words move and they go. And then I experienced back in the day, we called it hyperactivity. And so my mind goes, you write these essays that gives me just a little bit, and we're moving on. And that's what I love, and that's what you're editing, my second book of essays. I love essays. Retro Road Trip is a book of brilliant essays. And where did this come from, and how was this downloaded?
Well,
I love your stories.
That's spirit as well. I went to my 40th high school reunion in Joplin, Missouri, where I grew up. And it was such a profound experience just to go back. I had not been back to a reunion. And I wrote about it. And I sent it to the editor of the Joplin Globe newspaper. And he was so intrigued by it. He said, would you write a monthly column about growing up in mid-century America in the 1950s and early 60s. And I tied it often to Joplin, but they're universal themes. And the book is a compilation of 12 years of newspaper articles, columns.
Right.
So that's how that came to be. And, I have to say this in case you don't ask it.
Okay.
So,
I love it. Keep going. Keep going.
I would not be sitting here. Is there Kleenex provided
I
for
don't
this?
know.
Okay.
We
may
thought,
not need
yeah,
it.
in the back seat
Yeah,
of these
that-
chairs, we
that's
got
fine.
Kleenex.
I may not need it.
You may
but
not need them,
my-
just in case. Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mike.
My kids say I cry at road construction, so I'm likely to cry.
I
But
love that.
when I came to CSL Kansas City, and Dr. Chris was doing a workshop, and he asked us to climb up on the stage and give our names and say why we were there. I could hardly do it. I could hardly say my name. My voice shook so hard. As a child, I had had a couple of epic stage failures, one at a piano recital, one when I was singing a solo. And so I was terrified as an adult to get up and speak. And as a result, I didn't have my voice. I did not have my voice, and I just, with the science of mind teaching, that we're whole, perfect, and complete, lacking nothing, I really worked through that, and little by little I started presiding here and speaking. This did not come naturally to me. This was a result of really getting clear on my worth and value and wanting to have my voice, and then out of my voice has come everything that brings me joy. Presiding here, when I give a talk or my workshops.
Or you're writing the push notifications. Every push notification we get for our email and also on your app is written by Jeannie Looper Smith, y'all.
Use the Sunday, so
Tells us what's coming up.
yeah, what's coming up. So all that to say is, spiritual growth of our core values, and it literally, not just the physical healing that I had as a result of this teaching, it has changed my life.
Absolutely.
And put me on a trajectory that I would not have been on had I continued to play small, sit in my seat, and be afraid to speak.
Yeah. So our time is running out quickly. We are having so much fun here,
know.
but we do have to move forward. But I want to say, everyone, please get Retro Road Trip. It's a beautiful story. My favorite story is Turkey and Tea for Two.
Oh, yes.
And I actually read this last night. I cried. Just a reminder of how important family is, how important, to not take for granted what something means.
Yes.
And that story of Billy Maxwell
Yes,
could have been my uncle.
yeah,
It might have been my uncle.
could be.
So the last thing I want us to know about you, your legacy, what do you want us to remember Jeannie Looper Smith by?
Love. I believe we're here to love. I believe we're all here to love. That's why we came. This is, being in a human incarnation is just an interesting experience. And I think we all have, certainly when we've experienced life, which can be challenging and beautiful and messy, if love is our anchor, then I think we can manage whatever comes along.
Yeah.
And that's the legacy I want to have left. And at my end of life celebration, we will have Cheetos.
Everyone stand up. Give Jeannie Looper Smith some love. Thank you. You are amazing. We love you so much.
Thanks so much.
We love
Thanks
you.
so much.
Everybody.
All right.
Thank you, Jeannie Looper Smith. We're going to make sure you get off of there. That's beautiful. And if you don't know that she's loved every time she gets up here, and Jim Story's not here today, but he has that famous line says, "We love you, Loop." So I'm going to do it for Jim Story. We love you. Give her some more love, please. Thank you so much, yeah. Well, if you're new to CSL, this is the time that we practice the law of giving. And we know that to be sustainable in this space, we need three things: your time, your talents, and your treasures. And this is the time that we're going to pass the basket in the building. So ushers, come up, please. Come up to the front. And this is a time that we get to dig deep and we practice something called the law of circulation. How we give is how we shall receive. So give from a loving and freeing heart. Know that we will be here sustainable for generations to come. Generations to come. Also, we want to thank our TPL members. Thank you so much for giving on a constant basis. TPL members and partners, we appreciate you so that when we know what's coming in, we're able to know what's going out. So we're grateful for that. At home, if you want to give, and I'm going to invite you to hit that give button because you're a part of our community, go to our CSL FTL website and hit the give button and make sure that your donations will be received and loved, and we thank you for all that. So let's take a moment, let's go within. So I'm giving thanks for this beautiful, loving, spiritual field community we call Center for Spiritual Living, Fort Lauderdale. I'm so grateful that we get to celebrate life, inclusivity, love, oneness, spiritual growth. We get to celebrate fellowship. And as we heard Jeannie Looper Smith today, it is the love that is what matters. So we are a community of love with a mission to share more love, not just in Fort Lauderdale, but in the world. I'm seeing all needs are met right now for our community and for each and every member. Life is flowing. Abundance is flowing. Prosperity is flowing. We are open to receive the glorious blessings of the planet so that we may give as well. So I give thanks, and I simply allow this to be, and so it is. Amen. Ushers, go out and multiply. Thank you. Thank you.
Please join us in singing God is my source.
God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. And I think we have one more song, right?
I think we do.
We do. Takes a village. It takes a village.
I was like, why is Skip sitting down?
A lot has changed since 2022, y'all.
This is a fun song, though. I like this song. It's all good, only getting better. Blue skies, only sunny weather. It's a perfect day, ain't nothing wrong, 'cause everything's alright. It's all good when we get together. Why not make it last forever? When you got what matters, it's all good and only getting better. Do 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 do. Don't need to make a million. Oh, I don't need to rule the world. If the simple things in life are free, then you got more than enough. Sophisticated conversations where you can't even spell the words don't mean a thing, 'cause you got everything you need and ever want when you got love. Oh, it's all good, only getting better. Blue skies, only sunny weather. It's a perfect day, ain't nothing It's all good, and when we get together, why not make it last forever? When you got what matters, it's all good and only getting better. Do-do-do-do. Don't need fame or recognitions, gold records, mansions, or fast cars. If the simple things in life are free, then you know you're as rich can be. Money never buys what you feel inside for someone. Everything you own comes and it goes for real. It don't mean a thing, 'cause you got everything you need and ever want when you've got love. Whoa, it's all good, never getting better. Blue skies, only sunny weather. It's a perfect day, ain't nothing wrong, and everything's alright. It's all good, and when we get together, why not make it last forever? When you got what matters, it's all good and only getting better. Now you're living the high life. Everything is so right. You got it all, but when we get together, there's so much more. Maybe that's what love is for. Come on. I know y'all got it.
Let's get the energy up in here. Come on, y'all.
There we go. It's all good, only getting better. Blue skies, only sunny weather. It's a perfect day, ain't nothing wrong, 'cause everything's alright. It's all good, and when we get together, why not make it last forever? When you got what it takes, it's all good and only getting better. It's all good.
Oh my goodness. It is all good. I always say it's all good in the hood, because it is all good in the hood. Pull that over here. It is time for our meditation. But before we drop into meditation, I want to say our next guest for our Soulful Sundays with Rev Skip in March will be Antonio Edwards. This is an exciting time for us. We get to move into a new way of understanding who and what we are. Fellowship doesn't mean we come in and we say, hey, how you doing? And we keep on moving. Fellowship is about getting to know each and every one of us as family, as fellow members in our community. We get to stop, be still, and listen. Get to know the person that's next to you if you don't know that person. I'm grateful. I'm grateful that we get to do this. I'm grateful that we can be here in this center. So I'm going to take you into a guided meditation where, of course, we're going to sing our chant, everything. But we're going to go into a guided meditation around the I am that we actually started off our service with. So if we think about the statement of I am is a mantra. And a mantra is different from an affirmation. An affirmation is a reminder of ourself. A mantra is a reminder of our sacred self. So the greatest mantra we have is the I am mantra. And whatever you put behind the I am is your truth. It becomes your truth. So if you put behind I am like I am sick and tired, that's your truth. You are sick and tired. But if you put behind the I am with a statement of divine truth, that becomes your reality. I am love. We have t-shirts that we remind ourselves that I am love. I am joy. I am oneness. And today I'm going to ask us to go into a meditative practice of contemplating your divine truth. Who are you? Our qualities, the divine qualities of spirit is love, it's joy, it's oneness, prosperity, grace, joy, compassion, kindness, unity. These are all the divine qualities: beauty, expansion, abundance. We get to choose which one are we going to bring into our awareness for this meditation. So I invite you to just listen. God is all around me. And as we continue to keep our eyes closed, we continue to go within and we continue to contemplate who we are. We bring into our consciousness the sacred mantra of I am. So what are you today? What is the divine quality that is calling forth, that's calling you to recognize your truth? I am love. I am divine power. I am prosperity. I am abundance. I am joy. I am grace. I am compassion. I am kindness. I am beauty. And as we bring forth this quality, we can choose one, two, or all of them. And as we enter into the silence, I invite you to bring into that silence, that special, that high vibrational energy to elevate your truth. I am. So let's meditate on the I am. So how wonderful just to be still and to remember our divine truth. Because we are spiritual beings first, having a human incarnation. We get to remember the truth of that spirit. The spirit is a spirit of love, the spirit of the universe. Some people call it God, nature, Gaia. There's so many names, but it is truly our higher self. And when we speak the I am, we speak our truth into the universe, and we activate first cause, and that becomes our reality. God is all around me. And together, let's practice our Om. CSL, take a deep breath in together. Big exhale, release. Let's inhale for the Om. Inhale. And so it is. Amen. Good. Beautiful service today. Teeny Looper Smith, once again. Love you. I love you. What a way to kick off this series and getting to know one another in a deeper way. And I am just so grateful for y'all. You feel good? Yes. All right. And I love that last song, It's Okay. What is it called again? It's all good. Look at someone right now, say it's all good. It's all good. And I'm going to stall right now for Mike to bring me up an affirmation because I don't know where my affirmation went to. So I'm going to thank Mike Johnson, everyone. Give some love to Mike Johnson. Thank you. So stand up, everyone. Let's do our affirmations together. Remember, we need you here. We need your time, your talents, and your treasure. If you want to get involved and be of service here at CSL, we have room for you. We have a gala that's coming up. We have some positions that need to be filled. So please check in with myself or Maria and make sure that you go to the app to find out everything that we're doing. We bless you and we honor you. Let's do our affirmation together. Here we go. I am blessed and a blessing, energized and empowered with my intentions. My eyes are open and I see the miracle that I am. That is me. And so it is. Oh, man. You really can't read with these lights up here, can't you? Now, let's all remember this. Let's remember the truth. We are a divine emanation of spirit, and we are all blessed. And as we leave from this space, we take this message of inclusivity and love in all our core values, and we go out to live it into the world. They will see the change within us, and they will be inspired to be the best that they can be. I simply allow this to be, and so it is. Oh, man. Hey, at home, we're going to be here at 10:30 next week. And we're going to ask you to stay around for our final song. This is My Wish.
This is my wish for the world. Peace will find its way to every boy and girl. This is the time for harmony. Let love be the song everybody sings. Fill the air with joyful noise. Ring the bells and raise your voice. Let there be peace on earth. Peace
Thank you for taking part in today's live stream. Your participation means so much to us. Remember, there's several ways to give. Click on the donate button here on Facebook or donate at our homepage, cslftl.org. There's also a regular giving program called TPL, where you can set up a monthly contribution. You'll find details on our webpage, cslftl.org. Here's a great way to stay in touch with CSL Center for Spiritual Living. Our brand new app is available in the App Store under Center for Spiritual Living, FL, and that's Florida. Stay in touch, and thank you again for participating in our live stream. We'll see you soon.